All right. All right. All right, everyone that's out there that's gonna watch this video. Omar here. Got my guy Kenny with me. He gonna, show y'all how to set up these charts on TradingView, how to read it, talk about all the stocks and shit that's going on. But I mean, first, let's do the hard thing, I guess. Get this shit out the way. All right, so for everybody that just sets up a TradingView account, their screen not gonna look like this, but I basically took off like indicators and stuff just so we could show them how, how to add it and how to read it basically. So first I would say, to add the indicators, you go to indicators, right?
Yeah.
I start moving averages, add 2 of those. And
well, you also, but hold on. You also
yeah,
want to tell them to when they first get on, it comes with certain indicators already on the screen. You want to X those off to make room.
Right.
Because the free version, you only get three free indicators at one time.
Right. So I think it's like volume and it has like moving averages or something that ain't what it's supposed to be. So if y'all hop on here, you just got to come over here to this area and whatever is over here, just exit out and X that shit out. And whatever else is over here, just exit out. But typically you want to come up here next to the symbol where indicators is, type in moving. It should pop up, moving average. Click it twice, it'll add 2. And first thing we want to come to the first one, change this. And y'all screens would probably be in the white theme, but we changed the dark theme just because I like it dark. And before I move on, if you want to know how to do that, come over here to the menu. It's a drop down button, dark theme. Real simple. But anyway, yeah, you want to hit the little settings button. Do inputs, right? And then the length is, first one is 20.
Yeah.
First one's 20. Cool.
Yeah. And you want to go change the fullest of the line on the chart. Yeah, right there. I think it's right there.
Right here on style.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to make it a little more thicker, so you can see on the screen better. No, not that one.
This one. This one.
That one. Yeah, at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Right
Okay.
Yeah,
Thickness.
Like gotcha. I use like the second or the third one.
Okay. Let's go with the third one. And what color do we usually use this? Is this one the white one or the yellow one?
As long as it's bright, because there's a dark screen in the back, it's all good. So it's basically preference.
We're gonna go with white for this one. Inputs, we make this 20. And what is the 20 length indicating?
The 20 length indicating is like it's the average on those at that particular time on the chart. That's the average price for that particular stock for the past 20 days. So it's a lagging indicator, but it's still an overall average, where it helps you get like an idea of what price should be and going forward. Now, like as you see on the chart, sometimes they get away from it, it gets above it, but it's basically a median line of the last 20 days.
All right, and that's all we changing in that, right? For the moving average, is the color, the thickness, the length, and I don't think that's it. I think
that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, come to the next one. Same thing. Hit settings. We're gonna make this one. Go to the third. I like this one to be yellow, so I'm gonna make it yellow. And then this length is 200. So the 200-day average is basically, it's not 20, it's the 200 days. So it's basically what the stock was, or it's averaging over the last 200 days, right?
200 days, yeah.
Okay, cool. Add that, hit OK. Real simple. And the last indicator I like to add, I think Kenny has the same thing, is a strength RSI, relative strength index. And come down here to the settings. I like to take off the RSI base moving average. Kenny, is that a cool thing to do? Take off the RSI base moving average? Because that's what I do.
Where is that? Let me see. Oh, we'll put it back on. Let me see what it looks like. Yeah,
like this with it on. Right. So just come in here, uncheck this. Input stay the same, right? 14 for the length, because that's it's typical.
Yeah, I don't bother.
Maybe we can make it, just put it on the second one here just to show you.
Hold
And
on,
then,
hold on. Go back. Go
Okay.
back. Go back to the
Yep.
center. Click on input.
Input. Yep.
Yeah. I forgot how to change. We'll explain that. We'll explain that. You get exit out. We'll get when we get to the RSI. I'll explain it.
Okay. Cool.
I'll explain
So let me lower this a little bit just to focus on the chart here. Oops. All right. So really, that's the only 3 indicators y'all need when setting up the chart. I don't think there's anything else they need, right? Just moving averages,
that's
2200,
it. That's
RSI,
it, man. Try
and
to
it's a
keep it
kind of
simple.
yeah, this will kind of really tell you everything. Oh yeah, last thing is the Hakanashi candles. You can just click up here where the little candles are. Some people like candles. You know, it'll look like this, but you know, I think the Hakanashi is cleaner and it's easier to read when you just got green, red. They're not all over the place. So you just simply change that right up there. But yeah, I think that's it. And let me see if I can.
Well, you want to bring that down or zoom that
Yeah,
in?
that's what I was trying to do.
You can bring it. Yeah, right there. Just drag it down
Okay.
there.
All right. So basically, the charts and the green candles, red candles is basically the behavior of what people are doing. It's people trading up or trading down. If it's green, people are trading up, stocks going up. And if it's down, then I mean, if it's red, stocks are going down. And one of the things that Kenny taught me here is that, you know, when you focusing on trading in the normal market, that is, you want to pay attention to the previous day. If you're trading daily, you want to pay attention to the previous day. And I think this is the daily chart, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's say we in a regular market, Apple's 131 where it's at now. And someone was thinking, would they buy it? Yeah, I mean, so like I said, first indicator you would want to look at is the previous day. Yesterday's low is 129. Today's low, or Friday's low, I should say, was also 129, but it went up a little bit. So if someone was trading, they was like, oh man, should I buy Apple? Would you tell them this is a good time to trade, to buy, I should say?
On a buy side, yes, only because it didn't put in a new low from yesterday. So
Right.
I would typically try to buy that right before the close, right around 345, 350. And then your stop, if the trade doesn't work out, would be yesterday's low. So you have to put it on that candle, that one, so it'd be 129.04. So that'll be a stop. I typically don't put stop orders in because they can see that and they'll stop you out, they'll get you out. So I would just know just by looking at it, or just like you said, just put your cursor on it, or you can write on the sheet of paper. Write on the sheet of paper and be like, hey, this is, if it gets below this price, I'm getting out. Right. And if you back test it, you know, when every time it put, especially on a red to green day, when it puts the low in, if it doesn't take out that low, the next 2 to 3 days, you'll usually get upside. You know what I'm saying, to your price target. So like if we were to trade this, my price target would be the 20-day moving average because we're under it. So I still don't see it as far as going up. But whenever it hits that, whenever it hits that is when I'm getting out. It gets that, I'm getting out. Because that, to me, at this point, that's the ceiling. You see what I'm saying? As you can back test, go back, you see it's been trending under the 200, the 20-day since April. Since about April, beginning of April. Once it got under the 20-day, it's been trending down. You know what I'm saying? Overall, it's trending down. Yeah. So you might get a quick pop like it did, you know, in May when it put in a low. No, go back a little bit to the right, like right there, and then had 4 days of sideways, and then it ran up. When it ran to the white line, and then a couple of sideways, it got back down under it, and then boom, it dropped again. So if I were to take this trade, I'm taking it to the white line, and I'm selling, get my profit out, and then see what happens after that. See what actually happens.
And that's really all it kind of. That's really, it's as simple as that, you know, paying attention to that, and then let's move on to the RSI, how that helps in factor in, you know, making decisions and stuff. Let me pull it up here. So what I learned from the RSI, from what I remember, is that, you know, it basically kind of tells people if it's oversold or overbought, right? So it's I guess a scale that goes from 0 to 100. 70, when it gets around 70, indicates it's being overbought, and if it's at 30 or below, it's probably being oversold, where it's not valued as much. Is that right? Am I on the right track?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's right. That's right.
cool. So, just by looking at this, we can see that uh, the RSI for the Apple right now is 30, which is saying that it's oversold. Um, so yeah, I mean, basically, it would also be a good time to buy just based off the RSI. If someone was looking at the chart, looking at the RSI, like then it's probably a good time to buy. Because let's see, around here, when it did run up, RSI was 48, ran up about 50, almost 50. And when last time the RSI was around 30, price had a low of 136. So I mean, that's how I kind of factor in making decisions. What do you use the RSI? Do you use it the same way?
I kind of use it similar, but I put like a combination of the first thing I discussed as far as like when to get in, as far as when he doesn't put in a new low. And then I
Mm-hmm.
look at the RSI and you want it around that 30 point range, whether it's right below or a little bit over. So you can get those two combinations lined up. That's also a good, indicating when I want to buy. Um, so that's like my 1-2 combination right there. If the
For
RSI
sure.
is around 30, you want to look to buy, and if it don't put in a new low from the previous day, that's your second indicator. It's like, okay, now that's your entry. You know your stop loss, the previous day low, and then you got your
Mm-hmm.
target, which is the 20-day,
Right.
the
And
20-day
and it would
moving
be
average.
140,
At this point,
141.
yeah, at this point, yeah. Now, if you get the combination where it gets above the 20-day and it stays above the 20-day, then we might say, okay, maybe we can take it to the 200-day, and then that'd be the new sale if that
Mm-hmm.
was to occur.
Right.
As you can see, what happened in early June when it was going sideways, they got above the white line, but it didn't stay above it. You got those red days coming in there, and if you look at what's that? The first June, go to the third. June. Keep
Over
going.
here.
I think it might be June 1st. Yeah, June
June
1st. See, June 1st, whatever the high was, what is that?
151.
151.74. You can see the next day they didn't put in a new high. So
Mm-hmm.
so that's letting me know, okay, it might be turning around. At this point, you wouldn't know. So you
Until
kind of gotta wait and see how
yeah,
that
kind of gotta
plays out.
wait.
Like, yeah, remember we discussed earlier on the daily, you don't have to rush. So you
Mm-hmm.
waiting to see how the whole day develops. It's not a fast track thing. So you just want to kind of see the information as it comes in. Day
Mm-hmm.
one, you got 150, you got a high.
Mm-hmm.
This, the second day is green, but it didn't put in a new high. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, now that's letting me know, is this rally going up ending? At this point, we still above the 20-day. So you still like, I'm in between. The next day, you got a red candle. Now it's more indicate that it may be going back down. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? But we still above the
The
20
20.
day.
The 20. Yeah.
So what I like to do, I like to get the first day under the 20. Then I like to put
Oh,
in my
okay.
short. You know what I'm saying? Without it, put
Okay.
it on the be just on the basic side. So with the
Yeah.
daily chart, you got to be patient, and I think that's good for new traders and people who just getting in. And that also helps them able to see a lot more information before they make a decision, which will help them not lose money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It will
Yeah,
be more
definitely.
just that they don't lose money,
'Cause I
but they have a
remember,
system. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I remember like before you showed me all this chart shit. Like when I had bought a AMC like last year and I had it at $9, had over 50 shares of it. And
Mm-hmm.
I ain't know nothing about this chart, nothing. Just bought it, off Reddit saying, oh, meme stock, whatever. Had it, held it, sold it about around $13. But a couple weeks later, it went up to what 70 something bucks. So I've definitely pre-sold it way before I know. But when I look back on the chart, which I did like a couple weeks ago, I went back on the chart and I got seen that, man, that shit just definitely went up. You know what I mean? It ran up. So let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I think it was around, nah, it was before all this.
You go on no, that's a monthly chart, so everything is a month. So you back some years. You said last year, what month was that?
I had
Last
it in
summer?
like May, yeah, last
Oh,
summer.
okay.
So I had it around here. and I sold it probably around like
Those are
12.
those are monthly days. So you might have to zoom in
Oh, I'm in
and
monthly.
change
Oh,
it
all
to day.
right.
That's month. Oh, that's 1 minute. Let me see. Daily 1 minute. Click on that. See what it is.
This day.
That's daily. Just zoom in
I
and
just
all the
gotta
way.
zoom in. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me scroll over real quick.
You can drag it too if you want to.
Oh yeah, I forgot I could do that shit.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I had it in June. I mean, I had it in May, and I sold it around like 12 something. So I think I sold it probably around this day. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah,
you had everything
yeah.
lined up.
I had it, you know what I mean? But I didn't know what I was doing, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know about the chart. Had I seen this though, I would have known, boom, the shit went all the way up here and I could have held it to at least here when it went down
At least your
and
first
got
red
out.
day. Yeah, at least your
Yeah.
first red day.
So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely not knowing the charts and not seeing the behavior of actually what people are doing. Because that's really what the charts is. It's showing you exactly what people's doing. Um, you kind of miss out on money or you lose money because you sell too soon or you just get in your feelings about it. It has a bad day, but the next day could be good. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, that one was a hurt piece. But let's go back to Apple. Well, I think that's kind of really I think we kind of I think that's the only other indicator I would mention is that what's going on in real life. You know what I mean? If you see that the RSI is low, you see that the chart is about to turn around. Like let's say you had a couple all these red days, then the next day was green. The last question I would ask, I mean, if you're gonna try to hold it for a while, is this a good company that I want to invest in? I mean, if you just try to make a quick flip, which I did with Snapchat, remember I sent you the thing.
Yeah.
Um, I saw that the RSI was low. I saw that the it just had its green day. Um, and I just kind of I took a dive on it. I was like, I think this is gonna work. It worked. I can't remember which day I bought it on, but
Snap.
it definitely gave me a good little wasn't
Was it
that
in
long
March?
ago. No, it was in May. It was just
February?
I just did it. Let me pull up my phone because uh,
Yeah,
snap.
double check that.
See when I first bought it. It was June 1st. So that was the day I bought it. I was right here. Let's zoom in a little bit. So this is the day I bought it. The low I bought it, I think it was at 12, 13 something.
Okay.
Uh, and then I was like, yo, I'm gonna hold this till 15. And then I kind of just based that off of what it was just a little bit ago and what I thought it was gonna get to. You know what I mean? My target price was 15. I bought it at a little over 13. And I think I bought like 100 shares of it. I was like, I'm gonna just, run it up real quick. So bought it this day. The RSI was 21. I was like, this is real low. If someone's going to flip this real quick, they probably going to do it now. Um, and I think I sold it around maybe one of these days, 7th or the 8th.
It had to be a green day. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a green day because I was like, you know what I mean? I'm good.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, just paying attention to the chart, watching the RSI. I sold when the RSI was still relatively low, but that's only because I ain't trust I ain't trust Snap. I ain't want to. It's not one of them companies where I'm like, all right, this is gonna keep going up. I knew everybody else was probably shorting it too,
As
So
long as under that 20 day, man, they're gonna push it down. You're gonna have some green days in there, but they're gonna push that thing down, man.
yeah, for sure. So this is just how I used it recently. Bought it at the RSI 21. I seen what it looked like it was about to do, and I just took a chance, man. The low was lower, but I don't know. It just I think I really based it off the RSI at that point. Y'all. I was just like, I think it's going to turn around in a couple days, and
Uh-huh.
sure enough, it
You
paid
had you
off
had
for
a
me.
couple of updates in there. You think you
Yeah,
got out when you did, but you see where it's at now.
yeah, exactly. It's if I'd have held it like trying to be greedy, that's one thing you can't do is be greedy. Just like Kenny
Yeah.
said, have your entry point and have your exit point. Don't try to. You never know what it's going to do. And if you're not paying attention to the chart, definitely stick with your exit points, you know. But next thing I want to talk about is like the inverse stocks, you know. So like
Okay, okay.
SQQ, those sort of things. So I think that'll help people find a way to make money as well, you know. So because right now, especially with the market in the flux, bear market, crypto crash, and all this stuff, people
Yeah.
just may not know. Like, I don't want to buy Apple right now because it might keep going down, and it might, you know. So how do I get this off the screen? I
What?
want to move this thing off the top here. Okay, here it goes. Cool. All right. So basically, I pulled up the QQQ, which is ETF, right? QQQ is ETF,
Yeah, it's the SQ
and
right here.
right, and then the SQQ. I just wanted to show people like when the stock's going down for QQQ, for instance, as you can see over since January, it just gradually went all the way down. And QQQ, on the other hand, from January, which is somewhere around here, it just gradually had definitely a down in March, but gradually went up. You know what I mean? So if somebody was to invest in SQQ, knowing that whenever Russia, let's say Russia was the indicator. Oh shit, Russia just invaded Ukraine.
That was
Maybe
February 24th.
February.
Yeah, end of February.
So let's say somebody bought it around here. You know what I mean? The low was $41. QQQ around February was what, two, it was 300. So let's say someone bought it here. It's like, man, market's probably about to go down, knowing everything they know what's going on in the world. I mean, had they held SQQQ at the time, obviously they would have went from, let's say, the 25th, $41 up till now, where it's at $62, you know?
62, yeah.
So someone could have made a killing just off of that run right there. You know what I mean? So, but all isn't lost because we still in the same predicament we in now. You know what I mean? QQQ is
It's even worse
still,
now.
yeah, it's still going down based off the chart that we can see it. So yeah, it's still a good time to buy SQQQ. So can you explain to people what inverse stocks do, what they are, how they work, how they make you money?
Yeah, I got you, boy. So the inverse stocks, what they basically do is they're able to help people get involved in the market on the downtrend. If everybody not really having an appetite for options, which is very, very dangerous, very risky. You don't know what you're doing. I do not recommend options unless you kind of definitely have the capital to do it and have the it's a skill because you got to pick the right calls,
Sure.
you got to pick the right push, you got to pick the right strike price. So it's a lot more legs to that equation in order to really make money. And you got to be right on time, which is very, very difficult to do in the markets. Time it right.
Mm-hmm.
But so this one, so the inverse ETFs or the inverse stocks allow you to get involved on the downtrend without shorting or without putting in options. You know what I'm saying? Now the SQQ is already levered 3 times. So we want to check the percentages. Like you can check you at QQQ right now. So you see the percentage is at 1.22. If you go to SQQ, you see is at 3.22.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 3 times. So you already got some juice in the SQQ. So again, it's able to play the downside market. Since it is levered, it's not really a long-term play. So you really want to do it maybe a quarter at a time at most.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it's just a tool that a small guy can use to get involved in the downtrend.
Yeah, for sure. Because for instance, like
if you look at a bigger chart, look at the yearly chart.
Yearly
look
chart.
At look at the yearly chart, and then you can see like that. So you see the high is at 400, and now it's at 277. So all that money going down, your portfolio is losing value. But if you would have bought the SQQ, you could have made that going up. You see what I'm saying? Look how far back. You gotta zoom in the SQQ. Go to like the I guess like the monthly or something like that. Because Nah, go to the daily then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just zoom out, I guess. Let's try to zoom out.
Yeah.
Okay. So the low, so the high on the Q is the low in this one. So the low is like around $30.
Oh yeah, right
Nah,
here.
go back.
Oh, right
Nah,
here.
go to December. So the low is $30, and now it's up to 60. But remember, it's times 3. So this is probably like 9 times your money right there. You see what I'm saying? Because it's times 3 the whole time, and it's not options. You're not time restrained on it. You can just ride it out the whole way. So while so just another way to get involved on the downtrend, while the market is headed to bear market, so you can get involved in that game, because that's what happened. I think in the 2008 crisis, they didn't even know about the inverse ETFs back then.
Right.
It's like, yo, hold on, how only the rich people is making money in the recession, and everybody's losing money in their 401k. We don't know we can't short the market. We can't get options. We can't get derivatives. We can't, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have those tools available to the average person. So they got the inverse ETF saying, okay, if you want to play the bear market, it's still somewhat risk. But if you could get involved, here you go. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, shit, this ain't that high risk. It's just simple as me. They get under the 20-day, get involved. You know what I'm saying? Get involved.
So right here is another one. The Dow Jones is index. Is the Dow Jones an ETF too, or just the index?
The Dow Jones this one you got right here is the index. Let me see because you can see the price on the side. That's like the actual index for 30,000. The ETF will be like 300 or something. It'll be like a third of that. You know what I'm saying? The price is different. I think it's DIA. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. The ETF. Yeah. See, Spider Dow Jones. You see now only 300. You see?
Okay. Yeah.
Opposed to
So
30,000.
a way that the Dow Jones is obviously one of those things where, it's gonna, in this market that we're in now, it's gonna also continue to trend down. So another stock that people could buy is the S Dow, which is the opposite of that. So yeah, I mean, as you can see, it's trending down. It's at the 200 day, and the inverse of that, S Dow, is trending up. So this is another way, and this isn't as expensive as the SQQQ, where that's like $60. This one's only 40, so this is another one you can hold, like Kenny said, a quarter at a time. And next quarter, which is what, September or something?
3-6. Yeah, you will hold it from June to September.
Yeah. So if you was to buy now, hold it till about September, see what's the state of the market. This thing's still trending down. Is it going up?
Hopefully, cash out. Like I said, it's not a long-term investment. You want to cash out, get your profits out while you want to make money. You don't want to. The stock's not going to go to zero. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
The ETF not going to zero. So as this thing is trending down, you definitely want to get that profits out of there. Bring that money home, because your portfolio is taking a hit as this thing trending down. So this is basically like insurance on your portfolio.
Exactly, and you want to diversify your portfolio, because if you invested in all these tech companies or other companies, then they all taking hits. I mean, this is like Kenny said, insurance that, all right, at least I'm trying to make a little bit of money to balance it, so everything's not just going to shit.
Yeah, that's the nature of the inverse ETF.
I definitely wish I got into the fucking inverse a little earlier, but it's all good, We still got plenty of time. We still got
we still got some more downtrend, man. They still gonna raise rates. Gas still $6 a gallon. Like, we ain't even stop spending money yet. Like, the market really gonna tank. We still got some time to tank, man.
Definitely.
We still got some more downside to go.
I guess moving off the charts, because I think we kind of covered everything here. Let's get into the market. I mean, let's get into how much more time you think this shit's going to trend down. Let's just start with that. How much longer you think the market's going to just trend down, basically?
I don't know as far as the length of time. If I had to say the time, I'm gonna say we at least gonna be in this problem for at least another year to two. At least another year or two. So what I would do is, on downtrends like this and recessions, you got to go to the all chart. You got to go to the all, so you can see the whole picture.
Let's go
Yeah.
to
Now we're
a
looking at
stock
the
here.
whole thing. So let's go to the SPY. Let's go to
The
the SPY.
SPY. Okay.
Yeah, that's the that's the US market right there. Top 500 companies in the US. So when we go to the SPY and you look at the pandemic, the top before the pandemic, you're looking at the top of that, that one over to the red, top of
Pandemic.
that red one. Yeah, right there. So
okay, yeah, that was 2020.
the top of that red candle, that's the first level right there. Yeah, the top of that red candle right there. You can draw a line. You can click on. You go to the left side of the go up, up, up.
Oh, this one, right?
Right there. Click on that. All right, now go to the top of that red candle. Click on it and drag it to the right. There you go. Now make that as straight as you can. Bring it down a little bit. Make that. You try to make that dotted line and the blue line even. That's how you know it's straight.
Oh, okay, I see.
A little bit more up. A little right there. It's really good.
Oh shit!
Nah,
I
you
gotta click it. Huh?
You gotta click it. You gotta click
okay.
it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Get out. All right. Now don't touch that. Click on the screen. Click on it. Yeah. All right. So that right there is where that's our first level right there. The pandemic high before we got into the pandemic. I don't think that's gonna hold. So what happens is most people know that most people in institutions and trading, they know that that's the level that we're going. At some point, I'm gonna say this summer by September we should be around that right there. So we're looking
That's
at 338. Yeah. Now,
and we at 390
really
right
gonna
now.
get in trouble. The make or break is gonna be the pandemic low. That's I think is gonna
and that's what down here.
That's down there. That's when I think we're gonna have the real.
Can I put another line recession on here?
Yeah. The pandemic low. Yeah, that's what I think is gonna be the make or break. That's gonna make or break us right there. If
that's under the 200.
If that don't hold, now I think we might have a dollar crisis where the US dollar, where we might have hyperinflation. They might whatever they need to do, they need to do it before that level don't hold. That needs to hold. Now you zoom out even further. I think the next real level, we might have small levels, is the 08 high. We definitely, yeah. Yeah, right there. Huh? That's 07. We cannot go below that.
Oof.
Can't go below that.
It's at 156.
Yeah. So we're talking about another 50, almost another 50% drop. So we can't go below that because we were to get down there, that means that 20-day will cross that 200-day for us to get all the way down there. And you see that don't happen often.
Yeah.
That don't happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It almost crossed in 08 and then it ran back up. Yeah.
Damn.
So those are the main two levels right there. So I don't think it's how long is those we need to hold these levels. That's definitely to hold these levels. Now it may go up and down, whether if it's trending down overall, we heading to at least that bottom of that pandemic low. We need to hold that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We have to hold that level because now you're talking about sovereign debt crisis, currency crisis, and like I told you before, even offline, I bought some foreign currency just in case we don't hold. So you got the same time where we losing on this and here, and then you got these other countries taking payments in their own currency, which is devaluing our currency as a result of their currency.
So you can spend $1 damn near everywhere.
Yeah, you got that going on at the same time. This is falling. You see what I'm saying? So now you got a double-headed sword, and you got the possibility of another war breaking out, which is going to cost us more money. We got to send them aid and send them weapons. We still spending, but we're not making no money. So all our spending is off of printing that has no value. You see what I'm saying? So
and that's why they rate. That's production. Why inflation comes in to stop people
because
from
there's no value. It's too much print. There's no value. You know what I'm saying? Money has no value. So I'm just hedging that. I'm just hedging that scenario as much as I can. Like I said, buying foreign currency and buying foreign stocks and stuff like that. Just not buying Bitcoin, not buying crypto. I'm full on Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin, crypto. I'm full on. just because
So
of the
would you
status
say
that we at right
is
now.
is time to get into like the Chinese stocks yet, or is it still we still gotta wait for that? Like the Alibaba, the 10 cent, however you say that. Everything
10
basically in
cent.
that K web.
Yeah. Now K Web is definitely the best play. Um, and like I said before, I think because honest, a long term, it is you can get in. It's just how heavy you're gonna get in. Like I said, it's okay to maybe allocate $20 a paycheck. Like this, any allocation with them needs to be under $100 right now.
Okay.
And that's only because I'm saying because of what's going on with the war with Taiwan and stuff like that. So it's still a whole bunch of level of uncertainty. But these
Hmm.
companies are still making money.
They
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
are. I
They
mean,
still
they
making
last
money.
earnings, they you know what I mean, they beat their earnings 32 billion in revenue. That's definitely still getting the bread.
They still making money. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Long term, it just when you're dealing with Chinese stock, it just to me any stock or anything you get into, I always try to get the expectation of what's your time frame. That's the most important thing. What's your
Sure.
time frame? Now, if you saying, hey, I want to get involved, and then I say, okay, are you willing to wait 5 years? Yeah, okay, then it's okay to get in Chinese stock. I don't think we're gonna be at war 5 years later. We
Right,
might get into
right.
something now, but it may last a year or two. But like I said, these companies is making money over there, and they have 4 times the population we have, so they can self-sustain themselves right there. Don't
Right,
need
right.
American.
They don't
You know what I'm
need
saying?
whatever we doing over here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And the reason why I kind of keep them on my radar is because the people who have the biggest top hedge funds, they're investing in these companies, but
And you gotta
they
kind of
got
pay
the money.
attention to what they doing.
Yeah, but their time horizon could be 10 years.
Hmm.
You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, always know your time horizon because that's what's going to help you weather the storm. And when it goes down, like I'm good, I'm waiting on 10 years. Like I come back in 5 or 8 years, let me check it then. But if I get into it now and they go back to $70 or $50, are you going to trip? If Bobby, you going to trip out with a 50?
Yeah.
I would get cut in half again. That was a $300 stop. You know what I'm saying? It went over to $70.
Alibaba.
Yeah, you go back to high with 300. I got to wait 300.
Oh shit. Yeah.
You hit all. You click on all and see
Yeah.
the top, the high.
Mm.
Yeah, 320. They cut it in half, more than half. And it was the government that did that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do that. The government did that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they was getting too powerful. They was getting too much influence over the people. They was like, nah, I'm gonna show you who boy. Cut this party right now. I'll stop it right now. So it can go back up there with no problem. Like it's no problem. You see the money, they making the money. It's just the
Hmm.
political part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's the political part of it. But from what I've noticed in most history, all that stuff fades out. Like it's for right now, but overall, they'll let them get back and open stuff back up and then look, or they could be making a play like once they finish all their political alliances with India or Middle Eastern country or Saudi Arabia, they can be like, all right, Bobby, you send directly to them. You see what I'm saying? Like how Amazon plug us, all right, Bobby, you plug these other countries with their goods and services. I got the infrastructure. You see what I'm saying? So it could be
Yeah.
a play like that. The next thing you know, Bob will go straight back up 3, 4, $500.
Amazon's a good little stock that I mean people should just speaking of it, people should
Yeah,
definitely
but you see
wait
on
a
the
little
chart, you
bit.
see where it's going. You see
But
where it's going
yeah,
on the chart. It's going to the 200.
you think it's gonna hit it?
Yeah, it's going to 200. Oh yeah, it's
Mm.
going to wherever is that. I mean, it's at 60 now, but it could be 70, 80 when it meets. It's going
Right,
to
right.
it's going to test it. It's going to at least test it. It's going to at least test it.
I'm waiting for it. I'm definitely
Just
excited
keep buying that joint. Yeah, just keep buying that joint.
same with Google. I'm just waiting.
Yeah, just
I'm
keep,
going
just
for it.
keep, just keep
They
buying
about
it.
to
Again,
split
cheaper.
here
Look,
shortly.
that's going down too. That's going down too. It's going to test it. It's going to have to because we're going to a recession. So the earnings going to have to contract. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to contract. So they're going to test those lines. They're going to be cheap, and then once everything fixes, everything calms down, it's gonna go back up. So yeah, now they all the companies that are still gonna have the strong earnings and the tech companies
Yeah,
overall, this is your opportunity to get involved now because once everything calms down,
they
these are
out
the
of
guys
here.
that buy up all the competition. They got most cash on hand. They're not going to zero, so they're only gonna go back up. They're only going back up.
Sure.
You know
Let's see. What else? All right. So I remember we was talking a couple of days ago. I just kind of want to briefly talk about it. Remember I made a status like, yo, get these stocks, whatever. Some dude was like, yo, stocks ain't for everybody. And I just wanted to. I mean, what do you think keeps people with that mindset of stocks ain't for everybody?
Education is all about education, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, we are the stock. We the one to keep these companies going. Like, how do you think we buy food? Like, how do you think we paying for the internet? How do you think we pay our electric bill? You can go to VPU stock. That's all the power companies in the country. We part of that. You paid your electric bill last month. You paid your electric bill last month. Then you part of this chart right here. Your money is in it. You paid these companies for these services. So you don't have to participate in the game, but you are in the sense because you have to pay for these services. You part of the game anyway.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You part of the game anyway. So I think the first thing is education, and then once you become educated on the game, it's like, well, why wouldn't you get part of the game when you helping the game roll anyway? Regardless of what you buy. You telling me he don't? I mean that comment was made. He don't own no Nikes in his closet. He has no Nike shoes at all. He has no Reeboks, no New Balances at all in his. He makes his own shoes.
I'm sure he got an iPhone. I mean, might have AirPods.
That's what I'm saying. So the
might shop at
is
Target or whatever. Yeah.
So the issue is most people look at the chart like this, but when you're talking about this type of conversation, you need to go to only the all chart. You need to only look at the whole picture and say, okay, how we not. So this is utility ETF. So you see how it's going to turn it up when you're not going to pay electric bill. So it has its ups and its downs, but the overall trend is up because you got to pay electric bill.
It's like a rocket going off.
It's not, and that's since 2009. So that's over 10-year chart right here. You know what I'm saying? That's double your money, zero risk. What power company going to zero? None of them.
Yeah, none of them.
None of them. You know what I'm saying? If anything, this would be the last thing to go to zero because you got to pay electric bill. And if you don't pay it, they just raise the price on other people who's still paying. So they're gonna get their money regardless.
Yeah, they'll raise. I remember when I was working at what was it? Dominion on I was on the phones like setting up people electric and stuff. Yeah, so I mean, how they would incrementally just raise your rate by like 8 cents. I mean, 9 cents. But they doing that for over 1 million customers. I mean, that's a lot of money that they generating just off a little, few cent hike. So they definitely
bro.
They definitely making their money.
Yeah.
So
So you look at, I mean, you can pull up a Microsoft, you can pull up Google, you can pull up anybody. When you look at the overall trend, you'll see, hey man, these things are going straight up on your solid companies. You know what I'm saying? They going straight up
to the roof.
They going straight up. Look at Walmart. You can do it with food. You tell me you're not buying no food.
Yeah, Walmart's one of my things I'm plugged into. Like Walmart.
Look, they going straight up. It's not going down. They're not going bankrupt. Walmart not going bankrupt at all.
Oh yeah, they getting too much money too. Billions of dollars.
So stock's not for you, but this is growing money right here. You've been literally growing money.
140
billion.
What I'm
saying?
I mean, 138 billion. Walmart's still doing fine, regardless of the market.
Fine,
regardless of them dropping, they still making money.
That's opportunity to buy. It's gonna go back up. You gotta buy food. It doesn't matter.
And the RSI on this is 25.
Oh yeah, but the only reason why Walmart didn't beat earnings this quarter is what I told you before. They cutting us a deal because they're not raising the prices as much as prices going up on them. They trying to hold back from really raising it up. So they could have beat revenue and raised prices, but they're not trying to pass the full cost onto the customers at this point.
They trying to hold back. They ate the inflation cost for the people.
Yeah. So people can buy food and survive. Because they know what's gonna happen and we can't afford it. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna take it. We're just gonna just steal it. Like we're gonna take it from it don't matter what they're gonna do, they're not gonna if everybody starts stealing at the same time, there's nothing they can do. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to I'd rather get some money and get revenue than just them start stealing food.
Mm-hmm. Take
all
too
over the
much
nation.
losses. Yeah,
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 all
for
over the
real.
nation at the same time. That'd be the new wave. Start stealing food because it's priced too damn high. So I see what they're doing, but at the end of the day, like I said, when you go back to the overall
What's
picture,
your joint?
it's,
The
it's
Costco,
us
the
going
Costco
up.
CSTC. What's Costco?
Nah, it's cost COST.
Oh, it's cost. I always forget that. I don't know why.
Yeah,
When I seen you post it saying, I mean, the time to buy is now for this. So
yeah. They might do a stock split too at 400. Might do a 4-to-1 split and bring it back to 100. But look, it's going straight up. This thing's going straight up. Those food, like you not. You know what I'm saying? These are no brainers, especially at
yeah.
these days. Like this, when you buy this is your solid joint. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I
These are
seen
your
that
solid joints.
people, I seen some dude he posted basically saying like, I guess the past month or whatever in May, mainly people bought was wholesale food. You know what I mean? That's what people are starting to do, buy wholesale, stock up on shit in bulk. So Costco is definitely, you know, they
Yeah,
getting money, they gonna keep making money.
yeah. So if you're not going to put your money in stocks, what you going to put your money in that's going to make your revenue back? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's going to be there in the long
Return on
term.
investment. Yeah.
Remember the plan is to let your money outlive you. You don't want to outlive your money. You don't want to be 70 years old with no money in the bank. And now you got to act like, hold on, you've been working for 50 years. You got no money saved up.
Yeah, for sure. Um, Definitely. Let's get into like the crypto. You know what I mean? Bitcoin and Ethereum. They at them prices where it's like, I mean, it's probably time to buy now. It's probably gonna go down a
Now it's
little bit more
definitely
though.
time to buy. Yeah, it's definitely time to buy.
Um,
It's definitely time to buy. Now you gotta go. You gotta go. I think you gotta add USD in there. There you go. Yeah, the USD one.
all right,
Nah,
so
well, I guess you can do this one to Binance. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
okay, what they at 18,900.
Yeah. I got
Finally under
that.
20.
Yeah. You gotta look at there you go. Look at the all chart. Look at the all chart. Go to the 5 year. Let me see the 5 year. This one's like the month of month. Yeah, this one's better. This one's
Okay.
better. So
And one
what
of the
is
things that
going?
before you go, one of the things that I talked about on my pod a little bit, but I was following this dude, BitBoy Crypto, and he basically said like every 5 years or so, crypto goes down and then it goes back up. I mean, it hits a little low, then it runs back up to a new high. So I mean, I think just looking at the chart off rip, it looks like that's exactly what it does, you know. But yeah, you take it away now.
I mean, just like we did when we looked at the SPY. You go back, you look at the chart like this. You got to go back to the previous high. So you got to go back to that high right there. Go back.
Oh, back.
Yeah, you always got to go back. Everything is, you got to go back to the history. The high right there. Yeah, whatever the high is right there, that's the high. So that's where it's gonna. That's
What is
where it
it?
needs to hold. It needs to
10,000,
hold that level.
11,000. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the target. So it gets there, it might go a little bit under, and then that's when you're gonna see the real people, like the big boys, come in and buy it up. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, me and you work every day. We can't time the market perfectly. So we just need to get in. I just knew 20,000 was the number. So it's like, nah, anything under 20, I'm buying up because that's the cycle. It's gonna touch the previous high. Let's see if it holds. If it holds, okay, we're gonna go up from here. If not, it may go to the next one, which is in May, the top of May. Yeah, right there. That's the next one. It needs to hold. So right now it's flushing out all the people that's levered up and people that's that's caught out here naked. Then it's gonna flush them out. Then it's gonna be like, okay, now we get
Now it's
the new
time.
players back in. Now let's bring it back up.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
And this
that's
is not one
all.
of the things that y'all want to be missing out on. I mean, all them other cryptos, the Shiba
Nah, this is
and
already the
Doge,
standard. This is
those
already
ain't it.
stayed.
Yeah,
This
these is
is
the
already
ones.
this is everything gonna
Bitcoin,
get built on
Ethereum
Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah,
is the ones to
yeah.
do.
You might can add one more, but you definitely need these two in there. Let me see, zoom out. Where is it at? It's already below. It's already at that price.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So we
it
gotta go to
is.
the next one. The next one. Yeah. The top of
This
that red
one?
one. No.
Which one? This one?
Right there. That top of that red one. Yeah. It might. If it don't hold this level, it's going there.
Mm.
It's going there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
because we
yeah.
here
It's
now.
low. Yeah. This a weekly. Yeah, I mean that 20 might come down to that 200. It might cross. It might cross. Yeah, that might. Yeah, it needs to. Yeah. So it might have another upswing, hit the 20, and then we might probably have one more down, and then that's when
Right.
because it don't go straight down. Like you see it up down, but it trends down.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see like it did in January, February, kind of went up a little bit, touched the 20, and then it dropped again. Now at the 200, now it might get a little support there, go up a little bit, but that 20 gonna come down, and then we might gonna hit it, and if we don't get back above it, it's going even lower. So that's what I'm saying. It might be at 400 or 500. Somebody commented in my Facebook say 800. I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter to me like at this point.
Yeah, for real.
Because
It's
at the
just a
levels I
matter of
need
getting
to,
in.
now I'm gonna buy. Yeah, and now when it
Yeah.
goes up to something like 5,000, 10,000, when it goes back up, it's gonna run.
For
Some people
sure.
saying the end of this year is gonna do that. I don't know when, but at this point,
I heard the same
you just
thing.
need as much. Yeah, you just need as much time as possible to get as much as you can. Like honestly, at this point, there's no reason why a person don't have at least 1 or 2 Ethereum coins, like full coins.
Yeah,
if you get back to 400 and you know what I'm saying, 800, you need to grab at least 1 or 2 of those, like no question.
Oh, for it, yeah. You got to find a way to get it because
you gotta get,
in 5-10 years, this thing's gonna be out of here. Bitcoin's gonna be out of here.
Yeah, and everybody like, oh, I want to buy it now. You late, you supposed to, you late.
And you can see, like, if y'all pay attention, they're not telling y'all, like, on the news and stuff like that. They're not saying, hey, buy at this price, or they just telling you it's crashing. They're not telling you it's going to turn back around. They're not telling you this is a long-term play. They're not telling you, you know what I mean, at 500, 600, 700, 800 is when you should buy, or right now, you should just start buying. You know what I mean? So you can't pay attention to the news. You got to filter that shit because they just want you.
That's what they doing.
Yeah, they buying it. Yeah.
They buying it. Yeah, they buying it. They just saying, like you say, it's crashing. They're not telling you this is a 10-year plan. Like even the numbers, like what how many Ethereum coins out there, how many Bitcoins out there for what they're trying to do. Like they still haven't fully even explained. They're not gonna do it on the media. They're not doing that until it's too late. They explain to everybody, it's already gone.
Yeah, but to explain exactly what they are. Yeah,
these are software programs. It's like Apple, Google, Facebook. They are all built on a program. They're already built on something. That's the Web 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
What you're looking at Ethereum is Web 3.0. So this is what's gonna make stuff even more efficient with far as transacting money, logistics, buying food, moving food from this area, that area, all that stuff, this whole world.
And they already adopted it. These companies are already invested in them. They just not telling you they invested.
They're not telling you, because when it's time when everything corrects, they gotta be more efficient. Going with the new web, they gotta be on these platforms. These are the new platforms. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like they could create their own. They make it create their own, but even they create their own, they still gotta be built on these. This is like the real estate. This is like buying New York City on like 1700 before all the stuff got built on top of it, and now you see New York for what it is. Right. So, in a long-term approach, look at this as real estate. Don't look at this like a stock. Look at this like I'm buying a piece of something that's going to have so much value later on. I can use it like a house, like borrow against it. Got my net worth up, pass it down to my children. You know what I'm saying? Take whatever you need to do. Look at it as like a digital house that's going to increase in value. You know what I'm saying? Then you may say, okay, or you might could lease your Bitcoin out, or you might could loan your Bitcoin out at an interest rate. You get enough of it. You know what I'm saying? You can do all kind of stuff once you got the property. So that's why you say get enough as you can, because once all these corporations build on top of these two programs, or maybe a third one, then the value going to really go up, because we own Facebook and we just own the company that's on top of the land. This is giving you the opportunity to get on the land, to get part of the land, the new land that's coming up.
That's what I'm saying? It is.
Yeah.
The land.
All these are all software. So that's what these are not. But the way they use the words is like you thinking coins, you thinking a currency. That got you thinking it's something else. Like, nah, this is digital real estate for the next web. It's like basically owning the piece of the internet in 1998 when nobody knew what the internet was.
That's exactly what it is.
That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Now people trading and making money off of it, and that's cool right now. But once the real money get into it and it's not doing all this up and down, too much volatile stuff, it won't even make money like that to be traded. It's only gonna make money when you got enough assets and you can make moves.
Do what you want with it.
Yeah, like that. So, like I said, I knew from before because remember you asked me before Bitcoin. I'm like, nah, first of all, the price too high, and it ain't regulated yet. But that's coming. All the bills been, they ain't been passed yet, but they getting up there on the floor.
They in there, They getting revised and edited, and
they need to get on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And I think Joe Biden might keep this in his back pocket to get reelected. He might say, "Look, I'll let Bitcoin be legal." You might have to put Joe in to keep Joe in, but I think
they definitely gonna use it for political.
Everybody in that community want this to be, what it's supposed to be.
And I was listening to the dude BitBoy Crypto. He was basically saying like, that it probably might, just keep going down until the midterm elections and shit like that, till September, that time frame. So when people start saying, okay, what are you going to do with this? Because the people are going to ask, what are you going to do for crypto? What are you going to do with this? Are you going to regulate it? How are you going to regulate it? So definitely got to pay attention to what they're doing behind the scenes, because they're not really talking about the bills. But the people that are paying attention closely, we know that it's there and it's popping. It's popping up.
Definitely, man. So like I said, right now, I'm all in. Ethereum, Bitcoin. I just started Bitcoin today. I already had some Cardano and I already had some Main Coin. I was already getting that like a year ago. Those
XRP is when you gotta get on.
Yeah. People keep talking about XRP.
Yeah, man.
Because
they about to beat that.
32 cent. Is that?
Yeah. 32. They saying 22 is the target. I've been seeing the little expert people say 22 cents. So I already got some at I think it's like 39 cents. But I'm just keep low. Try to get 1,000 of them. That's my goal.
Keep dollar cost averaging down, brother. Like that's all you gotta do.
Yeah, they saying XRP's I guess they using it because I guess the people that founded Ethereum, one of the founders of Ethereum founded XRP, and another one of the founders founded Cardano. So the main ones that are going to stay are the founders of Ethereum. So XRP, Cardano, Manas that's going to be used. Because if y'all going to get into crypto, you got to get into the ones with utility. Is it going to be used for anything? It can't just be some hype shit, some hype beat shit.
You got to have a use case. You got to have a use case.
Yeah.
Or a platform or gaming. It's got to be something like gaming or something.
Anything else you wanna mention while I got you here?
I know it took a while for us to get together this time. I mean everything is good. Everything is good right now, man. Like I said, we pretty much covered. Everything that's going on in the market right now. Up to date. We in the bear market. I'm not waiting for the news to talk about recession. I think we're already in a recession. Gas is already too high. Food is too high. Everything is too high. Rent is too high. Only thing you can do right now, I'm gonna say, is just find a ways to make more money to keep up with it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. If you have, like I said, small amounts, small increments, get into these tech stocks that has cash on hand. They're gonna survive. They're not gonna go to zero. Exactly. And when the dust settles and they figure out how they're gonna get us out of this mess, those stocks will prevail and go up. 3, 4, 5x, and you like, damn, when Amazon was at under $100, now it's back at 300-400.
Exactly.
That's for extra money. You know what I'm saying? So if you got
same thing.
That's what. So if you got a job that you can still get checks, you're not really worried about the recession as far as like not losing your job. You definitely want to take this opportunity to get involved as much as you can. Crypto for me is at least to 2030. That's an 8-year plan. 7.5 year plan. So I'm not really worried about it. I just need to come down off that 30,000-60,000 because I knew I'm like, nah, that's not. They went up too fast. Like, nah, it's not gonna hold. I need another run up. You know what I'm saying? I did miss the run up in Bitcoin, Ethereum, but I did have other coins that ran up when they ran up. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't miss the Dogecoin run up. I didn't miss Ethereum, the Ethereum Classic. I had a couple of coins of those that ran up. So I did hit it up on crypto, but I didn't hit on those main two. I'm not missing the next one.
And these are the main two, Ethereum and Bitcoin, So
that's it.
You don't know any other cryptos, at least just get one, if not both of those.
Yeah. But now we covered, man. Like I said, expect more downturn. That's what the charts is telling us. It's under the 20 day. So as long as it's under that 20 day, it's going down. it's gonna keep trending down. And then we'll just go from there. We just gotta see what the summer hold, what these earnings hold. I know inflation's going to keep going up. The less gas come down, nothing's coming down.
Interest rates going to keep going up.
The interest rates going up. That means real estate. We just waiting for the real estate market to crack. Once that real estate market crack and that price start dropping down, it's like, all right, we just got to hold tight. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe another 2 years. You know, the last one lasted 2 years. But I think with crypto now involved in the market, I think if we can integrate crypto into the economy, since it's so efficient and money moves even faster as far as transferring money, things can happen a lot faster, and that may can bring the market out. But it's going to be some time of downturn in the near future. We should have some more downturn to go.
Definitely. Well, I'm gonna try to get with you maybe in the middle of next week, see whatever's going on, and then we'll give the people another updated, and we'll talk about whatever's going on. But yeah, definitely cover some good shit here.
Sure. All right, boys. Yeah, we got it, man. Gotta stay on.
All right, brother. Well, take care, man. And yeah, I'll be in touch.
All right, bro.
All right, Brody.
All right.
This shit out. Bring my thing back up. Stop share.